Assalamualaikum and very good day. I'm Dr. Hidayah from the School of Civil Engineering, Faculty of Engineering, University Technology Malaysia. First, I would like to welcome everyone to my lecture video. This video is for online learning for the course of Highway Engineering. In this video, I will discuss on the exercise of materials costing for road construction. I hope this video will benefit you and others. Okay, this is example of question on how to calculate the total cost of materials used for the road construction. Read the question carefully. A 20-kilometer asphaltic concrete road with a width of 7.5 meter will be built. Details of the materials used for the different layers for wearing costs to subbase are provided in the table, but no for subgrade because it's an existing layer with the assumption that no filling work is required. If you refer to the table, we have types of material, thickness of each layer, target density, acceptable specification, and cost of the materials. According to the question, we need to determine the minimum quantity for the materials required for each of the layer and the total material cost for the proposed project. Alright, let's do it together. Just to revise our lecture previously, as you can see from the slide, these are the different road layers. From the bottom, we have subbase, road base, binder cost, and wearing cost. In between the layers, we have Tack Coat and Prime Coat, as given in the question. Before we go to the calculation, let's have a look on the requirement of the compaction. According to the Public Works Department specification, detail of the compaction level targeted for each of the road layers are shown in the figure. For the granular materials, which are specified for the use in subbase and road base, highlighted in blue, which are determined using FDT or as follows. For subbase, the target compaction level is more than 95% from the maximum dry density. And for the road base layer, the target level is also more than 95% from the maximum dry density for aggregate material. Then, when asphalt is used, the minimum compaction level is 90% the Marshall density. For the bound layers highlighted in red, made of asphalt, the minimum compaction level for binder cost and wearing cost is 95% and 98% respectively from Marshall density. These are determined using the coring method. In this exercise, we will calculate for all layers. Let's start with the first layer from the top. It's a wearing cost. First, based on the given details, calculate the minimum required density that need to be achieved after compaction. Why? Because this will determine the minimum quantity of the materials used to achieve the specification of Public Works Department. The target density of 100% compaction is 2.33 obtained from Marshall density, which refers to Marshall mix design. But now, the allowable compaction level for the contractor is specified at 98%. So we have the minimum density is 2.28, which is achieved the acceptable minimum level of 98% for the compaction. Then, from here, calculate the volume of the road layer with the specified thickness for the wearing cost, which is 50 millimeter. Then, using both density and volume, calculate the minimum quantity as requested in mass because the cost is given 180 per ton. Be careful with the unit conversion. Now it's from megagram to tons. Then, finally, calculate the cost of the materials used for the wearing cost. There you are. Simple, right? Please spend some time to check on the details calculation provided. Next, we have bind the cost layer. The same steps of calculation applies on this layer. The difference is the thickness, density used, specification, and the cost of material. Again, try to do your own calculation and compare with the details provided in the slide. Next, we have road base. The same calculation applies for the road base layer. Calculate the minimum density applied, then the volume of the 20 km, and also calculate the mass, and finally the total cost. Okay, next we have a look on Tack Coat. Tack Coat is applied in between the binder cost and wearing cost layer. First, calculate the area of the Tack Coat, and then calculate the volume of the emulsion used for the Tack Coat based on the minimum spray rate, as this will reflect the minimum quantity used. So, in this case, it's 0.25 liter per meter square. Then, we need to convert it into drum, as the cost given is per drum for 180 liter. Then, calculate the total cost for the specified quantity. Okay, this is for the prime coat sprayed on the road base layer. The same calculation applies as for the Tack Coat. Please spend some time to do the calculation on your own. Next, we have Subbase Layer. The material used is sand at 150 mm thickness at minimum compaction of 95%. First, calculate the minimum required density for 95% compaction. Based on the 150 mm thickness, calculate the volume. Then, determine the cost at 1.9 density. The cost given is 50 ringgit at 1.3 density. Therefore, the cost for 1.9 density is 73 ringgit. Then, the total cost can be determined at 1.6 million. Finally, total all the costs involved for the wearing cost, binder cost, coating, road base, and subbase layer. Based on this exercise, the total cost needed for minimum quantity of material used is about 13 million. Okay, that's all for now. Thank you very much for listening. See you in the next video. Assalamualaikum.